Hey guys, just a reminder, nothing I share here is financial advice. This is all based on my own experience, my strategy, and how I see the market. You're responsible for your own trades, so always do your own research, manage your risk, and never trade money you can't afford to lose. This content is meant to help you learn and think for yourself, not to copy or follow blindly. Let's keep it educational and intentional. Good morning, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. Let's take a look at what's changed on the chart. This will be a quicker update, as the scenarios haven't changed much. We've already mapped out our key levels, and now it's simply a matter of either trading them when triggered, waiting for the levels to be hit, or just sitting in the current trade and seeing whether it hits. Take profit 2 and continues higher, or if the level gets lost again. Later today, I'll also be posting a short announcement video regarding the White Rabbit Box strategy, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's get into the charts. First, I'll mark out the daily averages to see what kind of move is even possible today. 2, then we'll check the structure to see if anything has shifted. 3, and finally, we'll go over the SR levels. By then, the plan should be clear. Let's go. Okay, based on the average, I can already see that it's possible to take out the weekend lows and still remain bullish, as long as we don't start closing daily candles below that level. It's not the perfect bullish scenario, but it would still mean this area acts as support until proven otherwise. So if price comes down, I'll be watching for a reaction there. I'll only look for lower targets if this level gets cleanly broken. To the upside, that would mean a breakout attempt, especially if price closes the daily candle around the average gain. The weekly closed not bad. It closed above the previous open and is now leaving behind a nice SR level that I'll mark on the chart and keep as a reference going forward. That's a nice, simple level now, where if price stays above, I'll aim for the high of the range and potentially even much higher. If that level is lost, then I'll start looking for lower levels. This also means there are no short trades into that support level. I only consider shorts if it's clearly broken and retested. daily structure remains the same until it makes either a new high or a new low. Four-hourly structure was retested while still technically in a downtrend. But that's exactly why I often ignore bearish setups during an uptrend. You can see how they can quickly turn into a full reversal. So for now, we need to see if we get a 4-hour close above this level. If yes, then it's a bullish break, and any retest becomes a potential higher low. It only gets invalidated with a break below the swing low or the newly formed structure at the highs. I also added this 4-hour SR level, or order block. Call it how you like. It's essentially the same. So while we have a weekly SR level up here, there's also a 4-hour level slightly lower. And that's the key. Price can still dip down to this 4-hour level and remain bullish because the weekly time frame is the dominant one. Only a weekly close below this level would confirm a breakdown. Until then, I treat the higher level as support and the lower one as a potential wick area, if it happens, of course. Just preparing for all the possible scenarios. Momentum on the weekly needs to stay above 118K. So that's an extra confluence for this level, whether it holds or breaks. But again, I treat it as support until I clearly see a confirmed break below. 3-day momentum is sitting right at the 120K pivot, which means if it wants to flip up, we need to see a move up soon. Otherwise, momentum will start to shift downward. On the daily time frame, momentum is currently slowing down, but with this bounce, it could still turn back up if price holds or moves higher today. What I don't want to see is a close below the previous day's low, as that would likely shift momentum aggressively to the downside. So basically, all of this is just extra confluence. Everything I mentioned at the start of the video, using only candles and SR levels, still holds true. The momentum indicator just confirms it nicely. I'm still in this trade. It hit TP1, basically at the mid-range and the 4H swing high. The next TP in the range is the high of the range, starting at the order block. Best case would be a new high, but I will split TP2 into two portions, one on the first touch and one higher. If it breaks this level, I will keep the runner for new highs. For a new trade, I would like to see the weekend lows get cleaned. Only then would I look for a trade, mainly at the 4-hour order block, or I'd look for a reaction there. An aggressive entry would be a limit order there, but then we need to look for signs of strength, mainly a reclaim of the weekly SR level. TP1 would be around the top of the weekly SR level and the weekly open. If price moves higher, I acknowledge that there are structure stops, as we've already marked them out, so I'm sure there will be some shorts. Personally, I don't want to short, even if that setup plays out. That's my own decision, and I'm focused on longs. But for the shorters out there, that would be the next area to watch. Okay, guys, that's basically it. Not much to update today since we already prepared for this trade last week. I planned to start laddering into a position at the first level and lower, and now you can see exactly why I began there, instead of waiting for deeper levels like many others might have. It's all about trading the plan. The next trade level for me would be further down at the 4H order block. Until then, I won't touch anything, just waiting patiently. Now I have to go, but as mentioned earlier, later today I'll announce details about the Rabbit Box strategy and how to access it if you're interested. Until then, good luck, and hopefully this was helpful. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Telegram group for Patreons. Wishing you a great day, stay safe, and see you in the next one.